So as they say, ask and you shall receive. All right, so let's put Caleb inside StudyBall. I did my grading system and I posted it. Okay, so a plus is for a positive play, a minus is for a negative play, a double plus is for a play that you make that goes above and beyond. A plus and a minus is when maybe you miss something, but you end up turning it into a positive play anyway, so you get the minus, but also the plus. Okay, and so we're going to take them through the grading system, and I take it play by play. Yep, you can weigh whatever you want, but for me, when you're looking at a quarterback, all they can do is play the play. And so you're going to get graded on every single play, the significance, the situation. It can't matter, right? Because the bottom line is, yes, you want to perform best in what seems to be a critical situation, but every play counts and every play is weighted just the same, okay? So here we go. We're going to start. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to have a little quick out right here and then a go route on the outside. You're going to see Caleb looks over to his left. That's where it starts. What Minnesota does nicely is, okay, they jam the outside guy and then the corner comes off. Okay, one of the hard things here is a lot of people talk about a hole shot. Okay, so what a hole shot is it's a throw between the corner and the safety in cover two. So you come back, you get a quick read, and you drive it into that hole, and that's why it's called the hole shot. But what's hard about this particular play is that first Chicago is in a tight alignment. Okay, so in that tight alignment, there's no space between linebacker and corner to be able to hit this quick out. The other thing that's hard about this go route is you don't widen the corner, you don't get his back turned to you at all, but when you go up and inside, he's able to jam you and hold you and force you to be tighter to this safety, and then you have to widen so it throws all of the timing off for the hole shot. So I had somebody freeze frame this and send it to me and go, well, look at DJ Moore, or I think it's DJ, here on the hole shot. Well, I mean, here's the timing of it right here. There is no hole shot to be thrown right here as DJ's trying to get width. There's a corner sitting there. There's just nothing there. That's not a throw that we're going to make in the game. Okay? And so 1-2's not there. 3's not there. He's trying to work back to the other side. He gets pressure, and he's going to find the swing over here for a completion. So this is a plus. Reads it right. Things kind of fall apart, and he makes a positive play, and we move on. Okay? We're going to come back to hard play action right here. Okay, off the hard play action, we're not even looking at the pocket yet. Hard play action, we've got a deep corner, or what I call a pylon, and then we've got a 7-stop here. So just watch down the field right now, and you tell me if Caleb has enough time, where's he throwing it? Where's this throw going to be made? There's no throw to be had across the board. They have a little check down backside. That's not there either. Okay, so nothing's there for him, even if he's got time. Doesn't have time. Great job making a move, making a guy miss, and once again, he gets a plus. He finds a completion. There's nothing there to be had. He makes a play, and he finds a completion to move the chains. Okay, I had somebody screenshot this one for me as well. Okay, so as I play it, okay, what you're going to see is, here's the play. We're going to have a solo post over here. We're going to have an in route over here, and how this is read off of the hard play action. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get the safety, whatever safety play in the middle of the field, to jump up. So in this particular case, in quarters, trying to get him to come up to feel for the run, hesitate his feet, drive up so we can throw the post up over the top. If we don't have it, then we work back to the end. If it's a middle safety, we either want to get him to jump up, or maybe he jumps the end and we take the post. So that's where it starts. Okay? So we come back and we have play action. You come off the play action, and I'm not even sure Caleb's peeking the front side, but as a quarterback, if you're peeking the front side, this is what you see. You see this guy doesn't do anything. He just stands back there. He gets some depth. He's playing his responsibility. So even if I come off on this play and look at that safety to see if he comes up, he doesn't. I am off the post right now, and I'm going to work back to this in and then down to my check downs from there. So, again, had somebody screenshot this and go, oh my gosh, look at the post. Yeah, all of a sudden, late in the game, this safety comes flying over, so they get 3 safeties to squeeze this in route, and the post comes open late. I'm sorry. Caleb is already off of this. This is an initial look off the safety. It's not there. I don't sit and wait to see if the safety happens to jump. No, it's a quick peek. It's not there. I'm going to the in. I don't like it because I'm squeezed by two guys. Find a check down. Boom. Finds a check down. Here we go. Plus number 3. All right, little pure progression play that everybody runs. Flat, stick, pop, pop, swing. Okay, everybody runs it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is how people read this when they read it. Pure progression. You guys know I don't like that anyways, but regardless. Okay, so he comes out. He looks at 1, doesn't have it. Looks at 2, doesn't have it. Comes in here and finds number 3. Well done, okay? Backer is on this side. Put it on the opposite shoulder with the throw. Boom, love it. Gets himself a completion. Well done going through the process. Plus. Okay. All right, so he's going to come out here, and what we have is what I used to call F post, one of my favorite plays. Okay, so we're coming out here. We've got F post, and then I think we're coming back to 2 ends. I think that's what's there on this one. So what we're doing is you come out and you try to read this Mike linebacker here, especially because it's man-to-man. Read that guy that's kind of free in the middle. As long as he holds, you're going to try to take this quick post right here. Okay, so we start there. He gets him to hold. He wants to take the quick post right there. Okay, it's a little too tight for him, and I get it. Right? Maybe he's got a chance to fit that in there. It's a really tight throw. This guy's kind of sitting outside of his guy. Safety starting to drive down. A lot of stuff happening here. But again, whatever. If you want to say, okay, you got to jam that in there, maybe it's just a tight throw around those bodies. So now he's working and trying to process back to this, and I believe this or one of these in routes over here. Okay, so as he's getting there, again, another flash of pressure. But again, I don't know where you're throwing it. You tell me where you're throwing this football, even if you have time to stand in the pocket. So what's he do? He goes and buys times. It's 3rd down. Boom. Special throw. This one gets a plus. Nothing there. 3rd down. He goes and makes a big play that very few guys are going to make. Okay, this is a play that they ran a number of times in this game. I just call it a corner. Okay, so it's a corner route and then some sort of out or flat. You're trying to get 2-on-1 on the corner, usually in a cover 2 look, and then you've got to read the body language of that corner. Okay, so here it is. There, he comes out. Great job. Body language of this corner is getting depth and hips turned to the inside. When the hips are turned to the inside, it's much easier for him to play the corner and get to it. We want to see the hips turned parallel to the line of scrimmage. Once we do that, now it's tough for him to flip and get the corner. Here, he's open to it. Boom, Caleb comes out in the red zone. Go get yourself a completion. Okay, get a few extra yards after it, but we're going to take that in the red zone every time. Plus. All right. So, again, kind of a tight look here. I'm running an in and then kind of an angle or another post here. So I suppose you're trying to work the high-low to that side. And then you've got a little return back here to this side. And I'm sure that's where you're going, number 3, and then you're working from there. Okay, so where are you throwing it? Well, ain't nothing open right here. All right, so we're going to come back to this return here. Do you like that one? No, don't like it either. Maybe get to your swing number 4 after that, but feels that inside pressure. He goes and makes another play, plus. Okay, nothing's open. Down in the red zone. It's tight. He gets out of the pocket and he goes and gets himself a touchdown, plus. So great first drive for Caleb Williams in this new offense. Okay, so here we go. Hard play action again. We're going to run one guy here, and then we're going to run Loveland here on the deep hook, so that's really all we've got. Kind of a two-man route right here. So he comes off the play action. He looks inside. One thing that I noticed is that there was often times when his feet were set and like guys are still finishing their route. It's taken forever for Loveland to get down there and finish his route. I mean, look at it. Caleb's ready to throw and he's hitching a couple times, and now finally there's the route coming open. But all that to be said, okay, all that to be said, where are you throwing it? You're not throwing it here. You're not throwing it there. I mean, that's a tough throw, plus the timing was all off. Tough throw up and over. These guys are dropping deep right here. You're not throwing it there. So your top three guys aren't there. So what are we going to do? We're going to go get ourselves a completion. Okay? I got people telling me, wide open guys down the field, all over the place. Well, not so far. And he's doing a great job of working through it and finding positive plays every single time. Another plus. Okay, not really sure. Okay, so it looks like we're just doing this and this, so maybe just clearing that out. And then we've got the in route here and the shallow route here and this swing. Okay, so it looks like they're just trying to clear it out front side. Maybe if you get man, take that. Now you're going to come to commit in the shallow, and now look, okay, pressure once again. But here's your read. That's where his eyes are going. Again, there's nothing open on this play. There's nothing to throw on this play, and especially on that time. So what's he do? Boom. He goes and he makes another play here with his legs, a positive out of nothing. Plus. Okay, so not sure why he's starting to the left-hand side. So I gave him a plus here because he started to the left-hand side. And so when you watch this play out, so it's an in, it's a return, it's a swing, it's a corner, and it's a choice. All right, so I'm going to give him a plus just because he started to the left. Now, this could be a minus right here because in my understanding and within playbooks like this that are more pure progression, I would expect him to start down here and then work back from there, possible two over the top here. That's what I would expect him to do. But I don't know. So because he started left, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because what you're going to see on the left is there's nothing open on the left. Okay, maybe the swing is open right here, but he's matched. He's matched. This guy's going over the top to the swing. The choice is actually the throw. But because he looked left first, this becomes the number 4 read for him. Now he gets over here, and so we can say, well, maybe you should have taken the choice right there. A lot of people might say try to take the corner there, but this guy, again, is kind of sitting in between trying to bait you, and it's your number 4 read. And so I'm okay with, okay, he's just a little uncomfortable, and he goes and he makes a play. All right, so I'm going to give him a plus on this one. I would probably give him a plus and a minus on this particular play if I knew he was supposed to start over here, because if he starts over here, I think he's got one of these two throws if he's ready right now. So this would be a plus and a minus. Be a minus because he read it the wrong way. He didn't go to where he was supposed to, but he made a play at the end. I'm giving him a plus because his eyes start to the left, but it could be either one of those. But again, the good thing is, even if he makes a bad play in terms of the read, he finds a way, and a nice catch there by Loveland, to get a positive play. So we're giving him a plus right there. Okay, this one's easy, minus. Okay, he comes out, footwork gets away from him here. Instead of leading with his back foot, he's throwing it with his arm. They've got a little screen right here. It's a terrible throw for a screen. Might get a completion, but they lose yards, so this is just a minus. The other thing, I don't like the way that they're running the screen. This is really hard to do because they're going to run the screen by this guy widening right now. So first of all, he's the outside guy. So he widens. So a good defense, they're going to widen with him. And so now we're asking DJ Moore to try to, go from an inside position to get outside to block this. And you see, man, look how hard that is on DJ Moore. Like, he's not going to make that anyways. And so I don't really like the setup of the screen, but that's a whole nother day. Negative there for Caleb. Okay, dropping back. Okay, this is a staple in Ben Johnson's system. So they're going to come here, and it looks like he's running an in. A lot of times he'll just run down the middle, and then we're going to run the big in on the outside with something working underneath it. Okay, so he gets back. Really well done right here. DJ gets pushed outside by the corner, again because of the tight alignment, but boom. Great throw, on the money, big in, moving again, moving the chains once again. Another plus for Caleb. All right, so here's my first plus minus, okay? So you're going to see this again. It's the choice route here with the in. I'm going to go over here, and then they're going to work backside from there, okay? So he comes out to the choice, and I think he should throw it right there, okay? Now, there is pressure coming, but this is the NFL, okay? So we're not doing that. I get it. Pressure's coming. Sometimes you got to stand in there and pressure. Got to make that one, okay? Come back. Got to make that throw. Don't try to think about it too much. The corner's off. This guy hasn't matched to the choice. You've got to take that right there. So it's a minus in the terms of the read, but boom, here we go again. Does a great job of making somebody miss. And, you know, a lot of people can say what you want here. Like, okay, maybe there's a throw right here. Maybe there's a throw up over top. You're sprinting, you're running, whatever. I mean, you guys can say what you want. Playing quarterback's not easy, especially at this speed. But he goes and he makes a positive play. Okay, so minus on the read here, but a plus. So he gets a plus minus on this one because he still makes something positive happen. Okay, this leads us to the fourth down. Okay, minus. Okay, and whatever you want to say, big minus. Okay, if you want to put double minuses on it, go ahead. I get it. It's fourth down. You've got it here, and you got to make this throw. Okay, you just got to. A lot of people talking about this sort of stuff. Okay, so one of the things is I think Caleb tries to do too much, so he plays too fast. So you're going to watch him as he comes off here. He looks in this direction, and I don't think he's looking in that direction to see anything there. He's looking in that direction to try to take or hold the backside guys, the backside of this skinny post, to hold them so he can make this throw. But you just don't need to do that much. Okay, so look, see how he looks, and he almost turns at the sideline, like almost doing too much. You're turning your head too much. You're getting a vision and your kind of body angle too much away from this. All I need to do is come back, and whoever I'm really worried about, because it really should only be this guy, come back, and a little peek to the outside of him, to the right-hand side is more than enough to hold him and see what he's doing and then come back here. But I feel sometimes, Caleb does this sort of stuff, and then he rushes through the throw at the end. Boom. Okay? So instead of just kind of setting and being set a little bit quicker, okay, and again, his eyes and everything are here. He just needs to be set and loaded into his back foot and leading with the back foot right here, and he just airmails and misses this one. But decision is exactly what we want on fourth down, and you just got to make this throw. But this is obviously a minus on this play, but going to the right spot just misses the throw. Okay, I like this one. Hard play action, okay, and basically a two-man route once again. So we've got the deep hook right here, and then the comeback or the deep stop over here. So he comes off the play action. He knows he's got one-on-one over here. You can say what you want. You can work the middle if you want. No problem with that, but I love this. I got a guy that I like in a one-on-one situation. I'm coming out. He's just getting out of his break. Caleb's letting the ball go. He's anticipating. Everything is good. Tackle gets pushed back. The ball gets knocked down. But this, to me, is a plus. Even though I don't know what the result would have been on the throw, I like the timing. I like the thought process. It just gets batted down. All right. So here we go again. Come back. All right. Deep hook, wheel right here off of the play action. Okay. So we come back and it's coming open. You see the window right here for this deep hook. But once again, it's a jailbreak up front. And he goes and tries to create. All right. So on this particular play, I gave him a 0. Okay. So what's a 0, Kurt? That just means that he didn't really have a chance on this play. Okay. So jailbreak happens. He doesn't have a chance. He's going out to try to make a play, but this is a play that I don't expect him to make. Yeah, maybe he can make this throw. There's some guys in the league that can make this throw, but he misses this throw, and I'm not going to give him a negative on this when everybody else messed this up, and he's trying to make up for them. Okay, so this is what I call a 0. When everything falls apart around you and you don't end up making a play, but it's not your fault, I'm going to give you a 0. I'm giving him a 0 on this play, even though he almost salvages it and makes a throw. Okay? All right, so he's looking to the right here, and they've got kind of a bench route or an out route right here. Gave him a minus on this one. Okay, so he comes back and he's looking at that bench. Okay, so we can say what we want about this stuff down here, but he's not looking there. Okay, so I get it. You know, we always have what we call alerts in our offense. Okay, so what that means is your concept is down to the left, okay, and you've got an alert. If you get the right look, whatever look it is that we're looking for, if you get it, okay, you get one-on-one back here on DJ and he's running a corner, perfect. Go ahead and abort the concept to the left and take your one-on-one. So that's what he does here. He comes back to his one-on-one, and it's there. Throw it. Okay, that's all I would say is throw it. If you're looking at it, trust it. Okay, as soon as the corner does this, again, he turns his hips inside on an outside breaking route. As long as we're on time and we're to the outside, he's going to have trouble covering it off of that. And because he starts there, I gave him a minus. Okay, you can say this is kind of a tough look too. Like, you got to trust that your guy's going to cross that guy's face, and maybe he didn't like it. He didn't feel comfortable with it, and he tries to work off of that. And once again, where are you throwing this? I mean, even if he comes back here faster, where is he throwing this? Okay, you're going to say he's going to turn and try to get this up and over these 3 linebackers that are getting depth and hit Zacchaeus right there in the middle of the C. Okay, maybe, but that's tough. Okay, the other thing that to me, if it is set up that way, where it's alert over here and then concept to the other side, then once your eyes start there, if you don't like it, just drop it to your back on that side. Okay, but as we look at this, and again, you're seeing this stuff start to work in this direction. What normally happens when you play in a pure progression system, which they run a lot of pure progression, that this could easily be just 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not 1 to DJ, and if you don't like it, to your check down. It might be 1 to DJ and then work across the field. And so then, again, hard to put as much of a negative on Caleb if it's not just take the high low to the backside if you go that direction. So he looks at DJ. Now he's going to try to work through his progression. Perfect. I can live with that. If you don't like this, now I gave him a minus because I thought throw that, right? You're looking at it. You got the look. You got to trust it. Throw it. That's why I gave him a minus. But if he doesn't like the relationship there, which is 100% possible and justified, he's working back to his read on the front side, and boom, once again, everything falls apart and the pressure, and then he takes a sack right here. And again, I don't think all of this is on him. I gave him a minus because I thought he had the first one there, and he didn't pull the trigger on it. So I gave him a minus. But again, a lot of stuff happening there, and you can decide, oh, shoot, he even got out of that one. I forgot that he got out of that one. I thought that was a sack that he took. And he gets out of this one, and he makes something happen. But it's third down. I thought he had the throw. He didn't take it, so I gave him a minus on that one. And that's probably just being a little too critical when, you look at what the concept is and what he's asked to do. And hey, you didn't really like the alert. Okay, work through it. That's what he was trying to do before the pressure fell apart, and then he made a positive play. So I gave him a minus, but you know, that's probably a little tough as well. Okay, comes back here. And again, not sure the full concept and what he's reading first, but we've got kind of, I think what we have here is this is supposed to be kind of an over or across, and we're going to run a post wheel. And so what really happens here is, you know, you're going to read kind of this side, and you're looking to get this cross right here, but he feels the defense split right here. He comes back, boom, puts it on Zacchaeus, great throw, ball's out quick. He's able to turn, get the first down, another plus. Okay, so we're going to do the little orbit motion, okay? And then we're going to run again. That same sort of play that we've seen a couple times. It's going to be this corner and this out, and then everything else coming into it. So you're going to start here, 1, 2, 3, and work back here, okay? So got the orbit motion. We get exactly what we want. Now, I'd like him to throw it a little bit faster here. So seeing pre-snap, we got exactly what we want. Man-to-man, this guy moves, and he's in trail technique, meaning he's lagging behind because we ran the orbit motion, and so we've got perfect leverage to the outside. It almost looks like Caleb hesitates, like he's trying to draw somebody down to the out so he can throw the corner. Don't try to do too much. You've got exactly what you want right here. Put it on him as fast as you can so he can turn the corner. We got great leverage right here. If the ball's on him just outside the numbers, it's a great position for him to catch and turn down the sideline. Now he gets a couple extra yards, and I'm going to give him a plus. I just thought there was a hesitation at the top of his drop. Don't know what that was. You see his body language kind of, and again, I'm trying to run it. His body language starts to the flat, and then it starts to go to the corner, and then it comes back to the flat. Hard to do it on the slow-mo, but regardless, he gets to the right guy, he gets a completion, he gets another plus. Okay, actually gave him a minus on this one. Okay, and it's kind of the same thing that we just saw. Instead of the orbit motion, we're just going to motion this guy across, hope we get trail technique, and we're going to run that same sort of concept over to the right side. So we get what we want. The guy's not lagging quite as much, but snap it now, see if we can get that rub with DJ. But regardless, we get what we want over the top. There's the throw. Just got to be ready a tick sooner. And this is one of the big things with Caleb. You can say what you want about this performance and all that. One of the things he's got to get better at is getting back, seeing it, and let it go. Let it go. Like just that last play. Why was there a hesitation? You got the perfect look pre-snap. Get back, let it go. Here's another one. You got the perfect look pre-snap. Get back, let it go. And he just hangs a little bit. They get the completion, but I don't know. You know, if you're ready, and you notice his eyes also start to this direction. So the only other thing I would say is maybe he's looking to see if there's pressure from somebody, you know, coming down to this side. Maybe he's looking to see if there's pressure left. But the only thing that I would say about that even if they bring pressure and you're kind of technically hot to the left, if you know you're throwing a quick out, it doesn't really matter what happens to the left. They're not going to get there. And you're going to throw the out. Now, maybe he doesn't know if he's going to have the out, so he's going to peak his pressure to the left. I can't argue with that because we always want to peak our hot situation so we're not getting hit in the back by a free rusher over there. But needless to say, get back. Make your drop quicker, something, but got to get this ball out a little bit sooner. If we get this ball on Rome a touch sooner, maybe he turns and gets the first down right here. I don't know the answer to that. But I gave him a minus because I thought he was late on the throw, and a good throw, I think, a good on-time throw, I think, gets a first down here. So he gets a minus on that particular play. Okay, so there's the first half. Okay, 2 plus plus, 12 pluses. Okay, 1 plus minus, 1 0, and then I gave him 4 negatives, and you can see it was even hard on the negatives that I'm not sure it was all on him, but again, playing at the high level, we're searching for the highest level and the highest standard. So I gave him a minus on those 4 plays, including that last one, even though it was a completion there. But hey, he puts that on time and they get a first down. The Vikings don't score at the end of the half, and maybe that's a difference maker in the game. But there you go. There's the first half. You come back and tell me what you think of my grading on the first half, and then I will dive into the second half from there.